Hey gang, here is a quick tutorial on how to use our Train Heroic software. I'm on the login page. You will notice in the content area of this module is the username and password. We use this with all of our Central Catholic programs as well as all of our athletes and some of our adults. I would like to see us use it more with our adults, and I'll see how well you watched everything. Garrett, I would like you to build a 12-week off-season football, high school football program within Train Heroic. You'll know how to do that here in a second once you've watched this tutorial. And you can label that 12-week off-season football. That will be homework number 1 for you, Garrett. As we go through, I would like you guys to team up, and every video that is in that program should be of one of you guys in our facility. Jake, I would like you to do the same with a off-season baseball program that has a large shoulder care component to it. And Kirsten, you and I will work together to build some varying protocols for hip replacement, post-rehab, and knee replacement, total knee post-rehab. We'll have a level 1, 2, and 3 of each of those, and each of those will progress in 4-week blocks. So we will have quite a library, and those will be things you can present that you have done at the end of your internship, and we will build those into programs that we use ongoing. So you'll go to the login page. This is also an app. You'll want to pull the app down on your phone. It's just Train Heroic. It's free. And let me run through the finer points here. Once we log in, here's the dashboard. Obviously, it's pretty intuitive from there. This is a list of all the athletes that are in our system right now and or clients. We can also place them on a team. So we could create a team based on access codes. So this was our initial Central Catholic team, if you will. Right now, there's nothing on their schedule. But that way, so like Garrett, what we'll do is we'll create the Central Catholic team. It will have an access code, and they will log in to that program, and when they log in, it will auto-populate this calendar. We have a library over on the side, and really those are the 3 tabs we use the most. They don't use really much of the analytics, and we don't subscribe to the gym tools portion of it. In the library, this is where you will create a program. I'm going to show you what a program looks like first. So this was just a basic 10 sets of 10 high volume program. When it pulls up, there it is. So what they see on their end on their phone is very similar. Unfortunately, I can't do 2 different videos in this module to show you, but you'll see it. Is they'll click on a day. Let me see here. Let's edit this day. For them, it'll pull up sets, reps. If it's a superset, it will be there. They can hit way over here. There may be comments on how we want things executed. They log their weights unless we have predetermined percentages. And they can also pull up a video. Now, I'm going to click on this so you can see a lot of the videos are generic. Either Train Heroic did them or they just found a link on YouTube. Hence, I would like ours to be of us so that when it ups the level of the client experience and everything to know that it's shot in our gym and it feels more custom that way. So those are the nuts and bolts of what it looks like. Let's go back to the program here. So I've assigned you guys already a little homework in developing a program. To develop a program, quite simply, we will go back to this library. Sorry, my computer's not faster. You click Create a Program. You fill out program name, which I'm just going to say, and I'll get rid of this later. So Garrett, if we do a 12-week football program, we would put football off-season. And I would say we go phase 1, which we call it phase 1, and that would be 4 weeks. So test, yours would be football off-season. Phase 1, 4 weeks, number of sessions per week. We're going to be over there 3 times. And then this is where we can put an access code in. So when we're in front of all the kids, they've got the app on their iPhone or their Android device as they're registering. Or if they've already got it on there, they go to a place where it asks for an access code. And I'm just going to say test 1, but we make a unique access code, test 13. Fine. And it creates the program for them. It pulls it down. So a couple nuances. You go to create session day one. When they pull that down, they have the option of adding the specific. Here's one of the quirks. When we set the various, so if it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or an every other day thing, we need to make sure when they add that to their calendar that it is on the first day, not on an off day. Otherwise, every day is going to be messed up from a spacing perspective from there on. So when we start building the program, add block, which simply means, you can add 1 exercise, you can add 4 exercises, doesn't matter. But let's say it's bench press. Our prescription, there's some predetermined prescriptions in here. Let's say we want 4 sets of 8. If we don't, we can go down to a custom table and put in our own. Now, if the kid's been using or the adult's been using, if we've got some notes we want in here, pause at bottom or whatever, we can put that in right there. If they've been using the program creates an estimated max for them, so we can use percentages. We can in this, and it will determine what their weight should be. And that's not entirely a bad thing for a lot of our youth athletes because, as I mentioned in our program design, it's hard to get them on board with the whole idea of progression. So this would necessitate progression because they would come into the weight room and they'd know exactly what it is they're supposed to do. Otherwise, the whole idea behind using this app is they can go back, okay, I was squatted a week ago. What did I do? What were my sets? What were my reps? How do I get better today? So I got the first exercise. I would come in, add a block for second exercise, and I'm not going to put any rhyme or reason to it. I'm going to pick something. I'm going to put a prescription to it just for demo. So here's some more percentages. Play around with this, and then if I want it to be a superset, I tie them together. There you have it. When I'm ready to move to the next day and that day is complete, I move here. One thing I would say, alert you to, is there are some neat things you probably haven't. You can put instructions up here, but neat things you haven't seen. There's a Elite 6, which is a mobility circuit that we can add in there. If you click on it, it's a Joe DeFranco circuit that includes some mobility exercises, some foam rolling. So I would encourage you to kind of explore Elite 6, Agile 8, Train Heroics, Heroic Warm-Up, things like that. Are really neat resources that are in here, and we can re-record those so that it's one of you doing those things in our gym, which again, like I said, I think is just an added little bonus. Once you're done with your program, it'll be stored obviously in our library. You'll be able to go grab in the settings the access code. And so that way, it cuts down on the work we have to do later with clients. Access code is test 13. If we want to create a new access code, we can. But that way, when you have a new client, a new athlete, we pull down the app. We know what level 1 is. We know what the access code is. We punch it in. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So get in here. Like I said, take a look at the access code or the username, the password. Get in here, play around, see what questions you have, and let's make sure that you are proficient with the use of Train Heroic. And let's get to work on that first homework session that I gave you.